All right, you little turkeys. Let's go over this test that we struggled with a little bit today. Okay, I've already done one on the online version, and then I just printed it out in case this is easier for you to understand. I'm doing it both ways, okay? So, on this one right here, we're using this table, which shows the estimate of the total number of parking spaces found by rounding each number to the nearest 100. My doggy's barking. Hush, Chewy. And I just realized that my highlighter doesn't work. Fantastic. Okay, so we're rounding each one of those numbers to the nearest 100. Now, y'all have done this a gajillion times before. You're just rounding these numbers to the nearest 100. So you're going to underline the hundreds place. You're going to circle the bossy pants. The 3 is small. It's going to tell the 2 to stay small. This number is going to round to 1,200. Underline the 9. Circle the 4. The 9's going to stay small, 1,900. Underline the 7. Circle the 5. The 5 is a big number. It's going to tell the 7 to get a little bit bigger. So this rounds to 2,800. Now you're just going to look and see which one of these problems down here matches up with that. You've got 1,200, 1,900, and 2,800. 1,200, 1,900, 2,800 right there. None of the other ones match that. So this one right here is the only one that will work for that problem. Okay? Now we're going on to part B of the same question. So we're still using this up here. Gary counts the number of parking spaces in the Main Street parking lot and 3rd Avenue parking lot. He then adds the number of parking spaces in the Quarry Place parking lot to get the total number of parking spaces. Which of the following equations could be used to find how many parking spaces Gary counted? Well, obviously, you're going to have to use all 3 of those values added together to get the answer. So, we're going to need 1,232, 1,949, 2,756. So, this one right here, they've only added this number and this number, so just 2 of them. So that can't be it. They only added 2 of the numbers. Sorry, let me try to focus that a little bit. This one right here, they added 1,232, so that's good. But then they added 1,900. The next number was 1,949. You can't just use the rounded number just whenever you want. So this one's a no because of that right there. This one, they only have 2 numbers added together, so that one's not going to be okay. This one, they've got all 3 numbers. The only thing is they put those in, but because of the associative property, we know that's okay. And they did the same thing down here. They just moved those around, and because of the associative property, we know that that's okay. All right, part C. What is the total number of parking spaces? All you have to do on this one is add those numbers. So you're going to add 1,232 plus 1,949 plus 2,756. You're just adding those 3 values together and getting your answer. Now, I'm not going to work this out for you. We know how to add 3 numbers together, so you got this. Okay, moving on to question 2. Guys, subtraction across zeros. I know that some of us still struggle with that. However, like I've said in class a bunch of times, it's not something that we really have time to go over in 4th grade. That is really an end of 2nd grade, early 3rd grade thing. So we've got to get a handle on this, okay? So watch these videos, find other videos, ask a grown-up at home. Practice as much as you can to catch up on this little concept, because I'm telling you guys, you're going to use this every day of math for the rest of your life. Every single time you do math, you're going to have to do subtraction. And you have to be able to do it. So, 0 minus 0 is 0. 0 minus 9, we can't do it. So, we know that we can't borrow from here. We can borrow from here. So, that's going to turn that into a 6. That's going to give this 10. Then we're going to take one of those. That will give us 10 here. 10 minus 9 is 1. 9 minus 2 is 7. 6 minus 3 is 3. Another way that you could have done that is to use the box method that Miss Fugit has taught us. 0 minus 0 is 0. When we find out that we can't do, we find out that we can't do this column right here, we're going to box this and we're going to borrow from the 70. We're going to take 1 away from the 70. That's going to leave us with 69, and that's going to give 10 to here. So it's literally the same thing. It's just a little bit of an easier way to do it. So that answer is here. Another way that you could choose to do this problem, you can literally just choose one of these at random, add it to this, and see if you get that. So if we decided that we think maybe this is the answer, we just think maybe that might be it, we would write down 3,810 plus 3,290. If we get 7,000, then that's the right answer. We know that we're not going to because that's the right answer, but we'll work it out and just see. That's going to be, so 7,100 is not yet. So we could keep on going, and then you're going to find out that this one right here is the right answer. Alright, number 3, enter the missing digit to complete the subtraction. Guys, the only reason that anybody would have missed this is if they didn't go through the problem and regroup. 2 minus 2 is 0, 6 minus 4 is 2, 3 minus 8, they couldn't do that. So that's where you had to start regrouping. So we could turn this into 9. That would give 10 more over here to make that a 13. 13 minus 8 is 5. 9 minus 5 is 4. So that would be your answer on that one. Question 4, find the difference. Again, guys, you just have to be able to do these. However, if you can't, there is a little life hack that you can do. You can use these numbers, add one of them to this, and see if you get that. And if you do, that's the right answer. But let's go ahead and work this one through in case anybody's struggling with that. 2 minus 8 is impossible. So we're going to come over here and we're going to borrow from the tens place. That's going to give us 2 10s. And that will give us 10 over here to go with the 2 we already had. So that's 12. Don't go on. This is your only problem right now. You can solve for the ones place. So stop and do that. 12 minus 8 is 4. Now we can deal with the problem in the tens place. 2 minus 5 we can't do. So we're going to come over here and we're going to borrow 1. Don't worry about the fact that 3 minus 8 is going to give us problems later. That's a problem for later. Okay, when we do that, it's going to give us 10 for this 2. So that's going to turn that into 12. 12 minus 5 is 7. 3 minus 8 we can't do. So we're going to turn that into a 7. That will give us 10 to go with the 3. 13. 13 minus 8 is 5. And then 7. And now this is pretty easy to see that we definitely got the right answer. However, if you have extra time on these tests, guys, do that inverse. Take this answer right here, put it up top. Then go up and get that middle number and put it there. Add those two together. Oops, sorry. And see what you get. 12. And then we have 13, 14. And would you look at that? They match, so we know that we got it right. Okie dokie. Question 5. Hold on, I've gotten out of order. Okay, this is the one that God bless y'all's hearts. You just sat and you struggled with and oh, I wanted to help you so much, but I could not. This is the same thing as if I said 5 plus 3 equals 3 plus blank. 5 plus 3 equals 3 plus 5. They just flip-flop those numbers using the commutative property. 16,347, 16,347, 17,178, 17,182, whatever. Yeah, I said the wrong number, but you know what I mean. Yeah, they need to have the same numbers on both sides. Okay, question 6. Another one, just find the difference, guys. You have to know how to subtract. I will tell you that some of you missed the question because you did this. So 7 minus 4 is 3. 9 minus 1 is 8. This is where we run into problems. So we have to borrow. That'll make that a 10. 10 minus 8 is 2. We can't do 1 minus 8, so we have to borrow. That'll make that an 11. 11 minus 8 is 3. Some of you put a 0 in your answer right there, and you cannot do that. That 0 does not belong there. Okay? You can only type in the actual numbers there. Okay, question 7. Again, you just have to write each one of those out and see if they're true. If you want, do the inverse. 31,000 something minus 3,000 something. Write out that whole problem. See if it gives you that. If it does, then you're good. Do that for each one. You just have to work through it, guys. So many of you, I walked around and saw you just looking at those problems, hoping that you could guess. And that didn't work out so well for some of us. So please, it's a test. Do not guess at anything. Complete the sum. That's literally just addition. Okay, this one, Lily used addition problems to rewrite the equation below. Select all of the equations Lily may have written. So 2,090 plus 3,250 plus 1,350. This is very similar to the question that we already did. So all three of those numbers are in this one. We're good. All three of those numbers are in this one. We're good. They just put parentheses, and we know, thanks to the associative property, that that doesn't matter. This one, they only did 2 of the numbers. That's a no. This one, they only did 2 of the numbers and a 0. That's a no. This one, they did all 3 numbers plus a 0. Because of the identity property, that's okay. Because you can add 0 to something, and it won't change your answer. And now, for number 10. Which brought some of us to tears. And by some of us, I mean your teachers. So we're going to work on this, children. I'm going to give you something to help you, like a little graphic organizer type deal tomorrow on your test to help you with this, because I know that this is hard. It had a lot of parts to it, and you have to stay very, very organized with that. So, let's see if I can get this so that you can see. The Pizza Tower and the Pie Shop recorded the number of gift cards they sold over 2 years. And this is the chart that you're going to use. Which statements about the gift cards are correct? Select all that apply. Okay, there were more gift cards sold in 2013 than in 2014. Well, the number sold in 2013 is this plus this. So that's what we're going to do first. I would write up here 2013 and 2014. I would label those so that I know what I'm doing. So in 2013, we've got 1,145 plus 1,000 316. And this just comes down to being able to read a chart and get information from it, guys. Okay, 5 plus 6, that's going to be 11, 6, 4. Okay, so in 2013, there were this many. 2014, we had 1,096 plus 1,981, 7, 17. I think my math is right there. Okay, so in 2014, that's how many there were. There were more gift cards sold in 2013 than in 2014. That's a no. This number is bigger than this number. So, NERP. In 2013, more gift cards were sold by the Pizza Tower than the Pie Shop. So, it's saying that this number is more than this number. That is not true. This number is bigger than that number. And like I said, guys, you just have to look really closely at the values in those boxes and figure out what it is that they're asking you. In 2014, the Pizza Tower sold fewer gift cards than the Pie Shop. So this number is fewer than this number. That is true. 1,096 is less than 1,981. So that one that's good. The Pie Shop sold more gift cards in 2013 than in 2014. So, did they sell more here than here? No. This number is less than this number, so that one is no. The total number of gift cards sold by the Pie Shop was more than the total number of gift cards sold by the Pizza Tower. So for this one, we're going to have to add up the Pie Shop. We're going to have to add up the Pizza Tower. So let's do that now. 7, 9, 12. Okay, so the Pizza Shop sold this many. The Pizza Tower y'all, if my math is off, we all know that happens, and I'm so sorry. Feel free to call me out on it tomorrow. Okay, so let's look at the question again. The total number of gift cards sold by the Pie Shop was more than the total number of gift cards sold by the Pizza Tower. That's true. This number is more than this number. So that one is true. Okay. 10B. And we're still going to have to use this crazy chart for this. How many more gift cards were sold in 2014 than in 2013? Well, we already know how many were sold in 2013 from this. We know how many were sold in 2014 from this. To find out how many more this is than that, we have to find the difference. So we're going to have to do this math problem to figure that out. Okay. Your answer to this one is there were 615 gift cards more sold in 2014 than 2013. Okay. C. Round the numbers in the table above to the nearest 100. So for this one, I'm actually going to make you out a new table where you can write those values, because I feel like that might help us out. So you're going to select all that apply. Guys, these are pretty straightforward, even if you didn't have this. So the nearest 100, you're going to underline the hundreds place. You're going to circle that. 8 is going to tell the 9 to go up. So when the 9 goes up, this is actually going to turn into 20. So, no. Underline that. Circle that. That'll tell that to go down. Yep, that one's good. Sorry, I'm sure you can't see that. Okay, this one, underline, circle, that's going to tell it to stay the same. So, nope. This one, we actually already did this one. So, circle, underline, or no, underline, circle, my bad. But anyway, that's going to round to 2,000. We already figured that out over here. So that's good. Underline, circle. That's 4 is a small number. So that's going to stay to that. So that's not going to be true. And the final one. Use the numbers rounded to the nearest 100 in Part C to estimate how many more gift cards were sold in 2014 than 2013. So, you had to round each one of these to the nearest 100. And I'm just going to go ahead and draw that out one more time with the new values in it. So, rounded to the nearest 100, this one was 1,100. This one was 1,300. This one was 1,100. This one was 2,000. Okay. Estimate how many more gift cards were sold in 2014 than in 2013. So you're going to add the number here, these two numbers, 1,100 plus 1,300 is going to be 2,400. Then you're going to add these two values together. Oops, that's supposed to be 2,000. That is going to be 3,100 when you add those two numbers together. And now you have to find the difference between those two numbers. So 3,100 minus 2,400. Okay, so you wound up with a difference of about 700. And you pretty much missed all of that. But okay, so here's the deal. If you would like to retake the test tomorrow, you have to come to me with a folded up piece of paper in super secret fashion. You cannot tell anyone. And you have to have written on the piece of paper in your best spelling that you can think of that I would spell this word in. You have to spell the word Flarfelnugan. Flarfelnugan is your password that you have to write down on a piece of paper and hand to me secretly as you're entering my classroom tomorrow, and I will let you retake this test because I'll know that you watched this video and that you're ready to retake the test. Okay, bye.